Hello everybody, my name is Bloodbath169 and welcome to Grounded. Hopefully my headset audio stopped doing the choppy thing because it's getting on my nerves. This is a game I've played a fair bit of. Never finished the story though, and I wanted to save that to play with you guys. So got a little ways into it, but we're going to start a new game here. And we will do this on... Bum bum bum. Man, that audio is really choppy, and I don't get why. It's always this game. My audio gets really choppy on. I'll just keep it on mild, I guess. We'll do Pete.
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete.
That's fantastic, Pete. This is gonna be. Give me the keyboard. This will be YouTube. Accepta. Let's do it. Yeah, I played this when it was early access, and my girlfriend and I have a game that we're presently kind of just fooling around with a little bit, but we're not really getting into the story too much. So don't mind me as I open my drink. If I can get my finger on it. Do voltage. Good times. Good times. All right. So yeah, this is. Oh, we starting in.
You can't run from me, you foul beast! You think you outsmarted me, the mighty Muldoon? I don't think so, Yoked Girth.
Stay tuned for what happens next on Yoked Girth. Now a word from our sponsor.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky puncho fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot. It's a punch to the gut.
Okay.
Stop by, fill up, and make sure you get your Billy Hog hot dog before you jet away.
Good morning, Brook Hollow. Today is October 20, 1990. This is your news.
Oh,
we have
Lord.
a special breaking report. The police department has released information that more local teenagers have gone missing. They were last seen earlier this week, and the only connection between the teenagers is that they are all students at Brook Hollow High School. This
Oh,
could be
man.
linked to the
I'm only
disturbing
4 months
trend
old
of
in this
other
game.
possible abductions and missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town. If anyone has seen the teenagers or has any other information, please contact the police department. The mayor of Brook Hollow has put a curfew into effect for anyone under 18 starting tonight. Now to other news. In the business world, Augmented Practical Technology signs a new deal with...
All right. Well, that house has an ant problem. A game by Obsidian. So these are the same folks who did Fallout New Vegas, believe it or not. Okay. Man. Been a minute since I started fresh, so I'm gonna have to. It's been a while since I've played this, so it's gonna be quite a minute for me to remember what I'm doing. We got a briefcase coming in with a parachute, so clearly that was by design. Open says me. All right, let's get into it. Explore my surroundings.
Pete. Oh, looks like you really stepped in it this time.
Don't mind the lag.
Just where in the world are you?
Why am I only got audio on one side of my head?
Hello?
There we go.
All right, Pete. Remember your scout training. Step 1, get your bearings.
Why are there 5 whole foam cutouts for this? Alright. So, like any other survival
Here it
game...
is. Ophidoidea.
Oh, an aphid.
Wow. My scout training doesn't have a merit badge for this.
Right next to the baseball. Okay. Alright, so, as with any other survival game, there's a couple things we want to do first, and that is, first of all, gather any and all resources that we come across. You never know what's going to be useful.
Signal detected.
What's that?
What's that?
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Sounds like a radio
That's
signal.
some sap,
Must be
looks
being
like.
transmitted from nearby.
Yes. We'll get over there, Pete. Don't worry. No worries. We will make our sorry, sad way over there eventually. But first, I'm gathering at least a stack of everything I possibly can, including these guys. Nope.
I spy.
Peeper. Nope. Nope. Dang it.
New one
There.
for the bestiary.
Got the bee. Cool. So that was peeping. That's using... Totally not just holding your hands up to your eyes. Totally not. That's totally not what that is. That's actually binoculars. Peeping new bugs unlocks a creature card, revealing weaknesses and resistances. Oh, there it is. Aphid. Cool. Peeping, it tells me how many of them I've killed, too. That's cool. Okay. So, more pebblet. Up to 3 grand. Not 3 grand, but 3. And it's grand. Let's see. Find and eat some food. That's fine. We'll get to that. I see motion. I hear motion. I do see motion. Because that is a weevil. Fantabulous. Alright. Let's, finish gathering up what we can. Have a bunch of crafting. We gotta get our first set of tools and, need to explore the surroundings, see where we're at. I gather we're in the backyard, but use the resource analyze. Oh, that guy. Okay, we got 2 granola bars. What's this? Spacer safety test category. Safety safety test 8/8/89. So about a year ago, a little over a year ago. 1:54 p.m. in the Tully backyard. Whew. Results: power fluctuations are within the acceptable range. The machine itself continues to operate as expected. Weatherproofing of the platform components is holding up quite well. The pylons, however, are a finicky trio. Maintaining the beam angles requires a regular obstruction removal. The yard is simply too alive for precision instruments. Oh, Euclidean space, you fickle mistress. Reminder, check and beginning cell diagnostic before end-of-day protocols. Okay. Okay, so we...
Well, logic dictates that there are probably more of these stations around.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if I keep searching, I'll find some clues. Or someone.
Cool. Makes sense. We've got 3 analyzer charges, so let's do the rock, pebblet, spear, and axe. So there's our first 2 weapons. Do plant fiber. It gives us rope, bandages, and slurry. Don't know what the slurry's for. Figure it out. And we'll do the sprig just to cover that base. Spiky sprig, trail marker, roasting spit, sprig fence, and plant fiber. How am I going to unlock plant fiber when I'm carrying plant fiber? Never mind. Never mind. Alright, so how do I get to the crafting? It was this. Yes, it was. Okay, sweet. Mutations. Got 4 different loadouts for mutations. Huh. Not sure what that is. I'm not sure if that was a feature. Alright, so we need to go to weapons and tools. We need a spear. So craft that. And we'll also craft, we need crude rope, which means I'll need one of them. So we'll come back, hit crude rope, and then make the pebblet axe. Let's get everything else we need for this guy, because this is, if I remember right, this is one of the best early game weapons. So we need 2 crude rope for this guy. Cool. Awesome. And then we'll refill our resources a little bit on the way to the source of that thing. Let's actually make sure we clear all this, because this is not how I like my hotbar set up. Thank you very much. I want my spear first and foremost. Actually, no, I don't want it first and foremost. I want spear second. I'll put the sprig first whenever I get that. Okay. Okay, we got grass. Alright, that's a stack of plant fiber.
Taking a look. Mark that one off the list.
Gnat.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah?
It's probably the size of a bathroom scale?
Probably is based on a bathroom scale. Target. B.
Curiosity killed the tiny feet. Huh. Well, looks like this thing hooks up with those lasers.
Hmm? Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think that worked properly. It seems like the machine needs all 3 lasers to function. Maybe
Okay,
there's a way to
so
fix them?
that one's a little fly, you know, a little whatever. And then, ooh, got that.
I was a fool to have ever doubted myself. A fool like Klein, like Kaminsky, like Schmichter, like all of Ominent.
Oh, ant.
I am here in the backyard. Down
there it is.
in the backyard. I mean, I am speaking to you from the backyard. I am tiny! I should gather my thoughts. This is a momentous occasion. Whittle-Tolly official log, 89.08.05. Recording as I take my first steps into the miniature world. The
Okay.
sights are unbelievable. The textures, the way the light falls upon every surface, the subtle patterns in all of the objects that surround me, the grass. Even common lawn
that's
grass
looking
looks like a
good.
structure from an alien world.
Cool.
Wait,
Check out this
what's that
laser.
sound? The very earth is trembling. Over there, what could it be? An ant! My God, today the world has changed forever.
Okay, what was that? Mutation loadout. Ah, there's that control. Alright, get our spear out. Can block attacks while you have a weapon equipped. Time it right to perform a perfect block. Cool. And hold one more pebblet. Ah, there we go.
Whoa, why don't you just stay over there, small red insect?
What is that? That is lawn might, weak against chopping and stabbing. Okay. Okay, so they're obviously shorting it out. Come on at me, bro. You stuck on that? Yeah. Nope. Nice try.
Hey, a common example of the Formicidae family.
An ant. Take that. Okay. Well, at least it don't take much to kill you, but I can't see where I'm doing down here. Get that axe out. What the heck was that? That sounds disgusting. On any number of levels, that sounds
Taking a
disgusting.
look. Got one.
Infected. Ooh, that's a fungal infection if ever I saw one. Not something I want to get involved with. Excuse me. Son of a biscuit eating bulldog. That hurt. Threw my back out a little bit. Ow. Man, that's successfully gone all day without spasming at all. So much for that. Ow. Leave it to my freaking nose to sneeze my way into pain. Alright, let's get some dry grass cut down. Get us a stack of that. A stack and change, I guess. Make up for the fact we're about to use some. Alright. Just wanted to saw another piece. The heck was that? Oh, crow. Ah, that would explain that sound. Okay, we need to craft. We need a torch. I'm going to end up using both those crude ropes I just made. Which is fine, that's what I made them for. I'm hitting every wrong control I possibly can. Okay. Torch. Yes, I've got all of that. Okay. And we're actually going to put the torch at the opposite end. We're going to put that at slot 8. And can I equip that?
Let there be light.
Yes, I can. I can put that in my offhand. Back there to you. Might fuzz. Cool. Those two. We've still got a cable coming down. Got slime mold stock. There's you two. I'll take everything that's not nailed down. I don't know what's going to be useful just yet. I can't use that anyway. Can't get in there just yet. We'll have to come back once we have something to smash those with. Alright, can I put this away? Yes, I can. Sweet. Alright. Yep, I used a couple of sprigs. I already know I used mine. Okay, I cannot drink that water. Good to know, I cannot drink the water. Which makes sense. If it's deadly at a, if it can prove deadly at a full-size scale, it's certainly going to prove deadly at a miniature scale. Don't ever drink unfiltered water. Gotta boil it to be safe. Man, you are noisy up there. I can hear you, but you are noisy. Jump. Thank you. Spacer. Let's do it. Alright. What are we doing? That crow's not bothered by the lasers? What? Oh, all bad. All bad. I just want to say that was the crow's fault.
My bad?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty fair reaction. See, that was at the oak tree, so let's head that way.
Consulting Detective Weevil, hot on the trail. He's got a nose for the truth.
Raw weevil meat. Cool. Looks like we have some more mushrooms. Gather up what we can. Make our way to the tree, I guess. Sap. I'm sure there's different, if I remember right, there are different resources to be found in effectively every biome or general area. So we'll want to set up our first base. What I'm kind of envisioning is setting up a safe house in each general. I heard that.
I'm not sure if holding my hands to my fits. Nature's lollipops.
There it is. You can get a good look at it. It's clearly the non-infected form of the infected larva, so it's probably just a larva. Of what? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But, yeah, so I'm kind of envisioning we're going to have us a central base, a central house, and then we will build out from there.
Hark, yonder lady of the clover forest.
Ladybug.
Does the day find you?
I want to add them when I see them. We can always look at the creature card later in data.
Tremor detected.
Yeah, there's something under
Something's
the ground.
afoot.
Aphid, you are a fast mover, and that's a fact. Ladybug? Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna have a central kind of wolf spider. I'm gonna just casually crouch. Don't mind me. As long as I don't touch them, I should be okay.
Great Shelob's ghost.
Yeah. Sounds like they're sleeping, so as long as I don't get too close or touch them, I should be okay. Definitely do not want to try to tackle these guys yet. Someday, but not with this stuff, not with this equipment. Explosion. Ah, there's some purple, so we're getting close. Okay. I think I'm close enough, far enough away. Grab that. What could possibly be burning purple? Well, this is obviously where we blew that map. Oh yeah, this went badly.
Those look...
Idealized geometric shapes and ping thing, they can't be real. Can't be, schmant be. Ooh, resource analyzer. Sweet. Analyze the sap. Plant lamp, workbench, sap sconce. Brain power 2. It gives us the hammer, clover poncho hood, and shin guards. Cool. Pick up the mushroom. Mushroom slurry. I guess we'll look up rope. Gives us the sprig bow, acorn shovel, eye patch, and canteen. Canteen will be useful along with the shovel. Alright, that's all we can do with that. What do we got here?
I have isolated the source of the particle irregularities. They appear to be a byproduct of the shrinking process. If I adjust the machine to account for their existence, it should be the key to the expanding process. Burgle, please bring up the readings for the irregular covalent SNPI 42Z particle traces. Ugh, that name
It's
is going to
getting
get
quite
tiresome.
late. I should construct some shelter and get some sleep.
Okay, well that cut that off. Okay, so I can place blueprints without having everything in the backpack, place them where I want them, and fill in the resources as I go. Fair too. Fair enough. Alright. We have discovered the Oak Lab. So, looks like the Oak Lab is gonna be one of our primary sources of two very important resources: acorns and sap. Will be both found here in abundance. The hedge. The pond has a battery backup failure. Okay. Take it these are different labs. Slurp. Air contamination in the haze lab. Very good. Security lockdown in effect in the Black Anthill. Okay. Can't get into that anyway. What do we have here? Big and Test 45, non-organics category. Date 7/1/89, 7:31 a.m. Okay. Subject is a box of Scabby devices in the backyard. Pre-test notes. After successful miniaturization of a single complex electronic device, Test 44, Test 45 will attempt to shrink one full box of the devices. Upon embiggening, subjects will be inspected and tested to ensure proper functionality. Results: failure. Miniaturization successful, but embiggening and further testing is impossible at the moment. Subject was confiscated by a curious honeybee. Recovery unlikely, box obliterated. Miniature scabbies are certainly stuck in every nook and cranny of the yard. Nice. Burgle, huh? Help Burgle stand? Okay. Here,
Let
buddy.
me try to help!
Is your hand a spatula? Nice mustache.
Thanks for the helping hand.
You're welcome.
Burgle, acting science manager for this project. I am also a robot. I am sure this all must be very disorienting for you, but hopefully I can explain.
Okay.
I suspect you were miniaturized by Dr. Tully's spacer device.
Right.
Why are you here in the yard?
Yes.
I do not know. In fact, I cannot seem to recall much of anything.
Nice.
A recent power surge has caused a massive raw science containment explosion. This lab, as you can see, is a disaster.
Yeah. Hi. I don't know nothing
And
about
what's
that.
worse, the explosion has disrupted my computing power. My memory banks are corrupted.
Corrupted.
Sorry to pile on the bad news, my new friend.
Don't mind that
How can I
noise.
be of
Just me
service?
putting my kickstand out. I like my new chair. Okay, where am I?
You are here, in the Oak Lab, built and used by Dr. Wendell Tuteli to experiment on all things small.
Yes.
This is the base of operations for conducting experiments in his yard.
Okay, who is Dr. Wendell Tully?
Dr. Tully is a brilliant scientist and inventor.
Okay.
He is also my creator. My initial protocol was to serve as the short order cook of the future.
Right.
However, I have been recently promoted
Explains
to
the hand.
acting science manager to assist with his experiments. No doubt my previous work experience has been invaluable to Dr. Tully.
Okay.
Although, now that I am processing it, I have not seen him for several weeks.
Yeesh.
And now I cannot recall where he went. It must be my corrupted memory banks.
How come I can't remember anything?
It seems you and I are both a little discombobulated.
Yeah.
Given my best calculations, your biomass has been subject to covalent spacing reduction via interatomic energy extraction. In other words, you have been shrunk. It is likely this was achieved using Dr. Wendell Tully's spacer platform, patent pending.
Patent pending.
Shrinking can be a traumatic experience for tiny human brains, and memory loss is a known side effect. Hopefully your memory will return in time.
Okay. How do I get home?
To return to your prior size, you would need to successfully activate Dr. Tully's spacer platform.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, my readings indicate it is inoperable. It appears to have suffered several malfunctions from the explosion. I am sorry, but it appears you may be stranded here for some time until we find a solution.
That sucks. Can we fix it?
Haha! That is a great idea! Let me run a full diagnostic scan on it and see what we need to do to get it fixed up. Processing! Processing! Memory fault. Code 408B3000. Ominent OS script runtime error. Arg! I am sorry again.
Arg.
It appears I have sustained more damage to my memory chips than expected.
Luna's joining me here on the chair, just laying on my lap. She's trying to get comfy, but mostly she's just bashing her face into me.
Without those memories, I do not know how to repair the spacer. Dr. Tully used 2 types of chips to back up my memory.
Okay.
Auxiliary chips are small capacity chips used to store project data. If you find these, I should be able to help you learn new survival recipes.
Cool.
Super chips are special, and they are gold. They back up full directories of my memory system.
Nice.
If we are going to fix the spacer, that data is bound to be on a super chip.
Makes sense.
I suggest exploring the other labs in the backyard. Return with any memory chips you find.
There are other labs?
Dr. Tully has built many more labs throughout the yard. Each lab is used for various experimental procedures. I can upload their locations to your Scabby. Stand by. Processing. Processing. Error. Files not found. Code 632C404.
Nice.
Cheese and fries! The lab locations are missing from my memory banks too! But we are in luck. I was able to retrieve the location of one of the facilities, the Hedge Lab.
Okay. What's the Hedge Lab?
The Hedge Lab is the observation center of the yard and used for research on arachnid webbing.
Oh, that's comforting. Love spiders.
You will find the hedge near the house if you head southeast. The lab is located deep inside the hedge. Sending the coordinates to your Scabby.
Luna. Get off my nap.
Try to find the hedge lab
Yeah,
first.
I get
but
it.
there
If
is
my
nothing
kickstand's
stopping
up,
you
you're
from
gonna try to
searching
get
the
on my
yard
lap.
for the other labs. Except, of course, thousands of angry, hungry insects.
Chucklehead.
That reminds me. Dr. Tully locks the important labs with biometric scanners. You will need access for any chance of success.
Makes sense.
Head over to the ASL terminal and place your hand on the biometric scanner near it. Give it a moment to sync your signature into the mainframe.
Okay.
Once you are registered, you will be granted access to the ASL network of computers too.
That seems really insecure.
ASL grants access to daily work items, nay, tasks, nay, quests. Yes, quests. I will reward you raw science for each completed quest.
Okay.
In my science shop, you can trade raw science back for survival recipes from experiments that Wendell conducted when he was first exploring the yard.
Fair
Log on
enough.
to the ASL terminal over there and see what is available.
Cool.
Unless you have any other questions, you really should get started finding those chips. And try not to die out there.
Good advice.
Have an exponentially great day!
Absolutely. Okay. We got in Big and Test 50.
One success after another. I have returned Virgo to its original size.
Nice.
It appears that my new raw science containment field is working at
Those
99%
kids.
effectiveness.
Playing with a gerbil.
95%.
Or hamster.
Right, Burgle, right. However, as Burgle indicates, there is some minor, insignificant raw science leakage. A note for another time.
Noted.
But I see no reason to put off a human trial. I believe there should be no issues. But audentes fortuna juvat. I am ready to prove my creation's full potential. End recording. Burgle, I'd like to record some messages for my family
System manager key
in case
card.
things do not go as planned.
At least he's cautious like that. We have the super duper, requires a duper disc. Okay, this is the, oh, okay. Okay. Good thing I have all those mushrooms in my inventory. I'm gonna need to eat here soon. Okay, what do we got? Got 1,000 plus, just over 1,000. January treats. Firework, huh? Eh. I'll go ahead and do the multi-story bases. I'm gonna try what I'm gonna try to do. We're gonna set up our first base in today's episode, I think, but we're gonna also focus on doing some of these quests while we're doing that, and in the process, we're going to try to get all of these set up, or get all these unlocked. The initial data, monthly exclusive, and the recommended choices. So we're going to start out. Don't need the smithing station for right now that I know of, so we'll go ahead and do multi-story bases. That gives us a little bit more base building options. Oh, available quests. What do we got? Refill quest. Can you dig it? Craft an acorn shovel. Scouts training. Build roasting pit. Getting grubby. Kill 5 grubs. Okay. So each of these will hopefully lead us through getting that set up. There's a biometric pad over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Well, that place is your size, roughly. The size of the 9-volt batteries compared to us. Raw science. Cool, so now I can actually go and unlock the smithing station. What's this?
This morning, I installed the borrowed
Tooth?
lab modules. Another one of my forgotten inventions from the early days.
Mega
I had
milk
such
mower.
high notions back
Okay.
then.
Need a
Kinder Science Mini Quick Little Chemist Lab
Tier 2
educational tool
hammer.
for children. But no, Wendell, we can't possibly put hydrochloric acid into the hands of children. The lawyers will never agree. It's a good thing I never told them about the Bunsen burners.
got that.
Odd that Ominent has been using my toy pieces in this way. I digress. The lab network is now up and running in the backyard. I'm planning to dedicate each one of them to a different function. Main power will run through here. The Oak Lab is the center of operations for the backyard. The
Okay.
second lab is nestled into the hedge. Such wonderful views from up there. Side note, I'm worried that Ominent's shoddy manufacturing of the lab pieces will cause them to fall apart over time, but they will do for now.
Okay, that's good to know. Alright, so we need phone turn on. Thank you. Yolk, girth, milk molar, calcium chewable, slurp the vitamin infused pulp core to grow stronger. Get yoked. Okay, so let's do ourselves a favor. I'm listening because I bet you those wolf spiders are out and about now. So let's actually come where I don't think they'd be able to follow and put our lean-to down right here. Okay, we've got all our basic building stuff. I need this right here. Helps if you actually place it down. Set respawn, sleep 8 hours. Not ideal maybe, but you know what? I doubt we're going to be... Okay, cool. I do get everything back when I hit recycle. Good deal. Excuse me. Analyze a grass plank at a resource analyzer. That's a fair point. Let me go resource or analyze the things I do have on me. Hopefully that'll give those wolf spiders a chance to get back into the tree and go back to sleep as well. Alright, we have our Mite Fuzz, Arrow, Mite Hat, Stuffed Mite, Fuzz on the Rocks, and a Mite Mount. Okay. Dry Grass gives us the stem and plank pallets. And Slime Mold gives us Slime Mold Sconce and Torch. Good deal. Alright. Switch back to our spear. Once my audio clears up, we'll start heading out, I guess. Alright. Well, I said we wanted our central base to be, well, central. Let's go ahead and get a bite to eat while we're thinking about it. Where's my hunger? Okay, it's up at the top right. Okay. That should do me. That leaves 20.
Choke it down, Pete.
Cool. Just keep an eye out for water. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we got a pond here. Okay, so this scared the crap out of me. Got the shed up there. Looks like we've got the oak, of course. That's going to have acorns near it. It's probably the only place in the yard where we can find those. Possibly the same thing with the flowers. I bet you there's resources from that, and we will not have juice drop. Ah, for the juice box. Even if we get the other ability, we want to be close to that. So I want to set this up so we're not very vulnerable to enemies, but we're close to resources. I wonder if I could set up on top of here. On top of the... I mean, the higher up I am, the better, I would think, because I don't want to be accessible to enemies from the outside. Let's see. There's the hedge, clear over there. And I'd like to be fairly central. With clear line of sight to everywhere. That way I can always see at least see the direction I'm starting out. You know what I mean? So that light kind of has my eye on it. I bet you it attracts gnats, being a light at night. That would give me an early source of food. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. wonder if I see raw science sitting right there. How can I get over there? Stairs? Grass planks and weed stems. Yeah, we'll start out here. Ooh, fell down. Okay, so that's allegedly supported. I just need to make it over to the thing there. Being able to get up here easily would be good too. I guess we'll do. I set that there. There. Jump up here, and then come over here. I can then set my initial step down. Set that a little lower. There we go. No, too high. Can I copy that? Yes, I can. Cool. I just need that like one scotch lower. That's all I need. Just one little bit lower. Not ideal. Not bad. How do I get back up there again? I don't want to set this to a point where everything's relying on this, and that's a fact. And someone attacks and knocks the base out from under my... I heard that. Is that just you? You don't make that sound. That was not you. Anyway. So that's set up with that on there. I need weed stems, I need grass planks. That's what I was setting up my stairs. I can focus, I swear. Like a laser. I'm firing my laser! Right there? That looks about right. Right? Yeah, that's on a level. Yeah. And we'll just put this down. And we'll make sure it's supported. Right? As soon as we know it's supported. Yeah. Why is that red now? So you'll let me put the blueprint down, but then it's blocked by something? I don't know. Okay, so a couple things we're gonna need. We are gonna need a stem pallet, and we're gonna need a plank pallet. That I have everything for already. And I have everything but the rope for this. Do I have enough to make that? Yes, I do. Cool. Okay. So we can start off with our initial constructions. We'll see what we're working with here. Fill that up as we go. We got a weed or dandelion right here. That'll work. What do we get? Let's see what kind of scaling we're working with here. Okay, we got weed stem. Great. Can only hold 5 chunks at a time. That's not ideal, but not the worst. Could certainly be worse. Let's load back up on some plant fiber. That's a dandelion, a mature one, so naturally it dropped its tufts, its seed pods. Dandelion tuft. Oh, okay, so that's like our that's like a parachute for us. Okay, that's cool. Man, run out of stem in a hurry. Grass plank. Huh. Get some basic resources or building materials. Wonder if I get the clearly the number of grass planks I get per blade is going to be slightly different, just based on the size of the blade or the piece of grass I cut down. But yeah. Man, I run out of stamina pretty quick. I figure we'll load up the pallets and then we'll see how far the pallet will actually get us as far as construction. I imagine the grass will not last nearly so long as the weed stems. I actually think that the grass would dry out eventually. Very good. I can get around here. Alright, and looks like we're about full up on grass. Okay. Oh, okay, so if it's in the area, it counts it. Cool. So it looks like the grass plank pallet holds 25. Holds 24 and I'm holding 5. Okay. Shazam. First build. Nice. Let's get my phone turned back on. Screen timed out on me. Hard for me to keep track of time otherwise. Okay, this says it's unsupported. How is it unsupported? Because by definition, this is... Oh, I guess that is unsupported. Well, how's that work for you? Is that now supported? No. Why is that counted as unsupported? Okay, what do I do about that? I don't have anything that I can use for that. Well, that's a problem. Guess let's come up here. Is there anything up here I can still build? Can't build, well, too far away from my palace probably. Okay, that's supported. Okay, that's just a ladybug. Saw the grass moving, I was like, oh no. Okay, so let's grab us, we need to do some analyzing, so let's grab us a dandelion. We'll have a spare piece after we cut one down. So we'll take that piece and chunk of grass out of off our pallet, and we'll go get those analyzed. It is fascinating that at such a small level you'd actually be able to use what we view as just normal crap in the way as building materials, because we just can't see it that way, because, or the toughness of it, because it's so, we're so much bigger. But dandelions would be a decent construction material, and on top of that they would be very fast growing. They can, anybody who's ever had to try to deal with getting rid of dandelions can tell you they will, you can mow them down and they'll spring back up the next day. Just depends on how they're growing in. Okay, there's 6 per. Let's see that dewdrop. Pretty sure I only grabbed 4, so where's my last one? Guys, I might be dumb. I don't want to be dumb, but I kind of feel like I might be I'm dumb. If I had heartburns, I could be the dum-dum, take them the tum-tum-tum-tum. Get this stuff. Excellent. Alright, grab us put one of these down. Grab us a plank. Saw a science station over here. Where there's a science station, there is a resource analyzer, and we have a tip to analyze these. So let's get in here. I'll grab that, we'll read it later, because I can hear something walking around. I don't want to be over here for that.
Science!
Weevil shield, very cool. Analyze these. That gives us quite a bit of scaffolding, good deal. Let's see, that sounds like it's getting really close. Alright, let's get away from here. I bet you that's a spider that's approaching. Called it!
It's a big spider. I don't think I'm high enough level to take on such a foe.
Phew, called that. Alright. There's an orb weaver, if I'm not much mistaken. The yellow garden spider. Beautiful spiders, but yeah. Alright. Alright, yes, that gives us the scaffolding we need. Sweet deal. Okay. So let's make sure our stairs are supported, I guess. That gives us more than one, it complicates life in a lot of different ways, but it also means our staircase here is not quite so vulnerable to attack. Which I don't doubt for a second is going to be a hazard that we deal with. Now this staircase going up to the top of the light, we're probably going to modify this eventually so that's not really a hazard. I want to make it so that nothing is effectively touching the ground. But as it stands right now, we need to make sure that what we're doing right now is solid enough to last while we're building. Otherwise it's just going to get torn down. And that just completely defeat the purpose, so. So this is unsupported. So can I put it? Yes, I can. Cool deal. That's supported. Shazam. Supported. Shazam. And that uses our
Hey,
last
Mr.
thing
Ant.
there. We can go ahead and... I can't go ahead and... Excuse me. Never mind. Alright, these guys are going to get on my nerves. Thank you. I don't know what the heck just happened there, but I started tweaking out. Alright. So, we need our lean-to, because it looks like it's getting down to nighttime. So let's set up our lean-to down here. We have everything for it already, thankfully. Set respawn, cool. Alright, let's go after the next set of dandelion. There's one more over here. All still fairly light. Then we'll sleep through the night. Yeah, what I'm kind of envisioning is I want a base set up, a safe house, so to speak, set up at strategic points around the yard, especially where I know there's going to be a lot of unique resources. So the central base that we're building up to the spot, and that's the other thing, I want it to be fairly high up, that way it's not invulnerable, but much harder for insects to get to in case we're ever attacked. I do recall that being a thing that we have to watch out for, is attacked by insects. So, we don't want to be in range of attacks, so therefore we'll want to make sure that we build up high enough where nothing's going to be able to touch the ground level. And we can still get up. And overall, that's the general goal. Okay, where'd those last two pieces end up? Right there. Cool. So we'll go ahead and come over here. Hopefully it'll let us sleep through the night sooner or later. Sooner rather than later would be ideal. An old anthill here. Excuse me. Alright. So we're getting there, and after we do get this in, then we'll be able to, hey Bumblebee, or Honeybee, or whatever. Can I sleep? I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep until 7:24. For those of you who do not know how to read military time, 1924 hours is 7:24. And I'm getting cold in real life. Man. I don't want to go after another dandelion, not with it being this late. So let's, just harvest some grass while I'm waiting. And we'll, get that put away for tomorrow, too. We're going to need more of it anyway, so. Never waste time if you can avoid it. It is the one resource you can never get back. Very valuable commodity. If anybody ever finds a way to market time. Hey, good night, Gracie. Sleep till morning. Well, that was ominous. Alright. Another Another fresh and bright morning here in the yard. Alright. So, let's go get that other dandelion. And what I'm kind of aiming for, guys, is I want to put our base like right on top of that porch light. And it gives us easy access to food if it does what I think it does and attracts
One long schnoz.
insects to it, then that makes it ideal for food since it'll attract gnats from all over. More gnats, more food. And I would imagine that most of our bases, if we're trying to build them high up, then most of our bases are going to be somewhat consuming or time consuming to build, but overall should be worth it in the end. And who knows, maybe we'll get, as we explore the labs that Burgle talked about, maybe we'll get access to blueprints for some stuff that'll make it interesting, shall we say. That we can start really building bases in out-of-the-way spots. Or just interesting places in general. Oh, there it is. Always just a scotch over too far. Let me up. Is my stairs really blocking my best way up now? Probably. Probably. That takes care of that. Sweet. And sweet. What do you mean this is unsupported? It cannot get more supported. It's got that whole thing it's built on top of. You nutty little dude. Cool. Are you still unsupported? Now it's supported. You turd burger. Alright, let's look around. Spot a couple of right there.
Hey, Fid.
The bad news is that that's in spider territory, which means we probably need to eat some breakfast and get a drink. Look around for a drop of water. And we can get headed that way.
Nice and clean.
Wawa. And we'll eat these. And that takes care of that. Actually, let's go ahead and come over here and we'll analyze some more. Do another round of that. Okay, that. Hum-ba-da-hum. I forgot to read those things. Only got 2 to analyze. Fiber branded. Nada. Clover. Storage basket on table. Here's something. Hide right here. Shoe buddy. Don't mind me. Man, that's a big old spider. Parkour. I'll do parkour. Oh, it's coming back. Ladybug.
Big spider, be careful.
My, what large butt you have. Good to know. Oh. Nice try. Nice try. Nope. No, and no.
Taking a look. Got one.
Weak against chopping. Alright. The weapon don't do nothing to you, basically, but... And nope. I don't do a lot of damage, but I do enough. And your bite does hurt, and that's a fact. Whoa, where'd you go? And nope. I win. Yuck. Yuck. Not a fan. Not a fan. Good to know that I can handle them, though. 'Cause I'm gonna have to come over here just to harvest all the dandelions I need. You suck at life. Sucks to suck. Glad Wendell left some bandages in his oak lab, because I'm gonna need them. Need to get a more effective weapon. Parry Master mutation. That lag is not very helpful for this fight. Getting the hang of that perfect block though, that's a good thing. So it's right before, that perfect block happens right before, nice, happens right before they attack, is when the perfect block kicks in. Okay. Probably should have brought my pallet with me. Note for the future. Let me run. Carrying stuff now, so I can't use my gun, or I can't use my axe. I was hoping we'd see something we could use to, or the thistle, or a thistle, that way we can get the spiky sprig built, but I didn't see one. Okay, move you up the hill a little bit here. Boom. There's that built. Okay. Okay, so can I put this down and then reload? Okay, cool. That does still work that way. So I can actually pick up my stem pallet, or my pallets rather, and move them with me as I'm harvesting, and that way I can fill them up and then just relocate them back. Very, very, very useful. I'm gonna try to make it the rest of the day without taking any more hits. I should heal overnight, as long as I sleep. Man. Thud, thud. Plank pallet went to where? Really blends in with the ground, don't it? Okay. Okay. Alright, let's move you up the hill. Can I set this up here anywhere? Ah, yes. If I can find the spot, there it is. Alright, and that'll just let me keep building out. Very good. Well, you're a big, healthy boy. Or girl. Whatever. Okay. So, game plan, such as it is. I want to build up so that leaf is not obstructing me. I'll need to build some, center it on that foundation or the light, and then we'll build us a foundation. What I'm kind of envisioning is we'll build us a foundation right in the middle, and then we'll surround it with walls where we can, and that way, if we get attacked by flying insects, for instance, they have to make their way through those walls before they can actually attack anything. It's actually truly supporting the base. And that also lets us be fairly high up. And, yeah, we should be able to get around or see where we're going pretty easily from there. Do some scouting from up high. But, where am I at on time? But that's not... We are going to run out of time long before then in this episode. So, what I think we're going to do is we're going to actually jump into a time lapse and start just gathering resources. We're just going to grind away at the resources, build up what we can. What was we got some lore. What was it? Local fire report. Crap. Poor Sarah with her little red bite mark. If she hadn't come to me, I wouldn't have even known. Oh, her sad eyes as she scuttles over, cradling her tiny arm. Daddy, Daddy, there's something nasty in the roots of the oak tree, she whimpered. The tangle is much too small to be explored as a full man, begged to be investigated in small form. But why did I go tonight? In the dark. Why did I choose a creepy, foggy backdrop to see what I just saw? And what is this feeling I feel now, other than my heart still racing? A feeling beyond erector pelli, turning my skin to that of a goose, beyond raising my hair or a shiver down my spine. More like my skin is resigned to the thought of being removed, and the meat beneath that cowers in fear of being exposed to the crisp autumn air. The meat pulls my skin tight, like the cowering child under a blanket, hiding from ghosts and werewolves at the edge of the bed. The bones feel sorry for the meat, for the cold winds would be so brief, like a worm sucked from a hook. It would all vanish into that drooling maw in the blink of an eye, and then my own unblinking eyes would rattle in their little dark sockets above my shivering jaw. A quavering stack of brittle bones collapses and scatters in a howling breeze. The feeling is terror, I guess. But what can one do? Like the gray wolves of Yellowstone, these apex predators are an essential cog in a well-oiled machine. Remove the wolves and elk run wild and strip the land. Goodbye flora turns into goodbye fauna. One simple change can disrupt the entire ecosystem. Just leave them alone and they'll leave you alone, right? I take it he's referring to the wolf spiders. Okay. Let's check out our creature cards. We have our red worker, harmless unless attacked. Can be found patrolling the areas around the Oak Hill and lives in ant hills. Drops red ant head, red ant part. Okay. Ladybug, also neutral, trundles through the areas surrounded by Oak Hill looking for aphids. Ladybug head and ladybug part. The bee, noble creature that survives most of the yard looking for nectar and lives at the picnic table, carries pollen and can drop bee fuzz and bee stinger on death. Okay. Red, the lawn mite, small furry bugs with a big bite and impressive vertical. Found south of the Oak Hill. Okay. The orb weaver, bright yellow and black arachnids that hunt in areas across the yard. Fair. Wolf spider, a ferocious hunter that prowls mostly the central and westward zones of the yard, can drop spider chunks, spider fang, and spider venom on death. Okay. And the infected larva, a hostile infected larva found in areas polluted with haze, can drop fungal growth, acid glands, and larva spikes on death. Resistant to damn near everything. Wow. All right. But as you guys can probably tell based on my yawning, I and I am recording while tired again, which is very foolish on my part. What's this? Parry Master Impeccable Timer giving his extra extremely advantage when blocking attacks. Nice. I'll go ahead and activate that. But I'm going to, what I think we're going to do, we're going to jump into a time lapse. I'm actually going to briefly probably take a nap before we start the time, or before I start on the actual building in the time lapse, and then we'll go from there. But our goal, I want to get the, at the minimum, I would like to get something basic set up atop our goal here in our central area, and we can always move forward from there. So with that in mind, let's hit super fast build mode and get this bad boy constructed. So let's see if we have anything remaining. I don't believe we do, so let's hit the super fast build mode and let's hit it.
Suck me in smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Suck me in smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness.
Alright guys, so we are finally back from our time lapse, and well, I'm not going to say we got our base fully set up. That would be a lie, and I would taste a lie. So, we're not going to say that. Instead, what we have is our adjusted staircase coming up, which both the, well, every anchor point, more or less, is armored. So it should not fall to attacks too easily, as well as the whole base is, well, the whole foundation area is encased in the sturdiest walls I have available, so hopefully that makes a difference. We do have our, how is this location obstructed? Out of just pure curiosity. Because I'm too close to it? Is that the issue? At least once during that time lapse, you probably saw me jump off and just fall, like, to my death, and I'm just sitting there the whole time just hammering A, going, hello! And that would be why, because I was hammering A with tufts in my inventory and they weren't deploying. So that was fun. That was really grand. I really appreciate that. If only that wasn't so common for a Bethesda game. Oh, excuse me, this isn't Bethesda, this is Obsidian. Obsidian, we deserve better. Alright. But as you can see, we've got the outline. We have our platform up here. We have the outline for our bottom room. which is going to more or less be a tower with different levels being different functionality. So I'm kind of envisioning bottom floor. This is going to wind up being storage, but because obviously it's the first one we come into, so we want to offload our stuff, then head upstairs. Second floor will probably be our living space. Third floor and onward will probably be our trophy area for what goodies we can acquire. And of course, we'll have a spiral staircase going up the middle. I'll have to get some means of getting the acorns to smash, but it is what it is. Not a big deal. This is very advantageous for us to be up here, as you can see, and probably noticed me doing during the time lapse. Hey, that one finally regrew. What I was doing is I was literally just grabbing the stem pallet, filling it up out there, and then I would come up here, empty it out, and then I would turn around and go, okay, dandelions there. And then I would head off in that direction, because obviously once you get down to ground level, you can't see anymore. You're too close to the ground, so you can't see them from a distance. So this serves as a really good vantage point for seeing what all resources are available. What I'm kind of envisioning is I'm kind of wanting to do, if I remember right, we get zip lines. So what I'm kind of wanting to do is put like a base over here by the hedge, because I know there's going to be resources that are exclusive to the hedge that we're going to need quite a bit of, and we'll build a base over there as well. Being close to the oak and the flower bed, we get access to things like flower petals, the acorns, stuff like that. We'll probably eventually put a
Taking a look.
base over here. Probably if we can get something that floats or anything like that. If not, I guess we can always build off a lily pad. And we'll build the pond base over there. And then, what is that up there? The stump? Okay. So, but yeah, that's, you kind of get the idea. Like, we have the haze zone. I take it that's over here. Makes sense since there is a weed killer can that's apparently got a leak, and it's just spreading haze everywhere. There's also the I see a pile of garbage, and I see a sandbox, I think, over there. So we may build a base over here next to this, in the sandbox area. That'll give us easy access to basically everything over here. Or we may end up just going the full hog and putting it up here, but I kind of think we're going to want to be down in the sandbox and just have the garbage area as like an access area. We may end up just doing one on top of the picnic table. I'm not sure on that. Maybe just for the sake of getting bee fuzz, which we know bees do drop. And I believe there's a honey pot on the, if I remember right, there's a honey pot on top of the picnic table, and that's where their territory is. So maybe we'll put a solid maybe on that and put a cap in it. We have the knocked over grill and all this over here. I don't know what's on the other side of the shed, but maybe split the difference and have it somewhere over here next on the other side of the shed might be a good spot. And then literally just kind of working our way around. Let's see, we've got space. If we just did 4 bases, we'd have the hedge, pond, and we can also do secondary bases too. So say this is our or tertiary bases rather. So say we keep this as our primary here at the Oak Lab, which makes sense, or here near the Oak Lab rather. And then we have our tertiary bases, our secondary, say the hedge, the sandbox, the picnic table, the charcoal grill, stuff like that. If we see that we want to have an outpost beyond there and we do get zip lines, we can always set up a tower that'll take us from here to there, and then from there to our secondary location. So that's not a big deal if that's what we choose to do. I imagine based on how that's set up, we'll be able to get up on there. I know there's certainly going to be rare resources over here that we can't get anywhere else, and we may need a lot of them, so we will definitely want that. I see something built up over here. I also see a car battery, so we'll probably want a secondary or tertiary base over here. And probably want something that appears to be a stump, and I bet you we're going to have resources over here we definitely want to get a lot of. So we may have our pond base down here, but we may also choose to have something over here near the stump. But that is way off in the future, guys. So good to have a general idea on what we're doing. Right now we just got basic bare bones, and that's all that we're basically going to do, is we're going to get our bare bones setup done. So we have our lean-to. I've already moved our lean-to up here. We'll set up a roasting spit right here. Set up spike strips, I guess, near the bottom. Storage basket's the only storage I have right now, and it's probably not very expansive, so we'll hold off on building storage. Excuse me, yawning. It's almost bedtime. I'm going to swap this. No, I take that back. I'm going to put this in the corner. Lean-to in the corner. This is all temporary spacing or spots anyway, so not the end of the world if I don't like where it ends up. Or if I end up not liking it, because it's going to go up to the next floor anyway, eventually. So we got our workbench. Probably good to have a trail marker, that way we always have our base is always accessible or always visible. And set that up like a thing there. And a smithing station, we will definitely want one of those. And I gotta decide how I want to put that. I guess right there at that. Okay. What else do we got? We got some creature comforts. Got some mounts already too. And what this will do, if you look on the left side of the screen there, we end up with what they're calling the shopping list, really the shopping list. And this lets me know what all materials, so we can set our blueprints out so that way they can be completed later or filled in as we go. And this lets me know what resources are actually we're needing to do that. So to our advantage to set up as much as we can. We'll set up some lamps. That way we can kind of sort of light this area up. Ooh. One thing we're definitely going to want. We're going to want railing. Because otherwise we're liable to just fly right off. Yeah, on the lower level we'll definitely want railing. So we'll get this all cordoned off and planned out. Wrong spot. Oop. Copy that. Thank you. Oop, I moved it. Didn't copy it. There. Now I copied it. Because I don't... We may end up having a couple... If we have... the secondary bases are low enough to the ground, we can obviously just zip line from there, or from here down to there. And if that's the case, I can always remove sections of railing, or move them in general, and then put a zipline anchor either on the wall or... Excuse me, God, I'm tired. Alright. But yeah, effectively just have it set. I can always remove railing. That just keeps me from casually falling off when I do that thing I don't ever do. You know, where I don't ever doze off. Because what kind of weak fool does that? Whee! Nice. Alright. Gotta find me some water before I die. Can't believe I made it to mid-afternoon without croaking from it, honestly. And that's the other part of me just hammering down the forest, the grass forest around me, is that kind of hard to find water when you've hammered down the area around you so hard. Oh, there's water right there.
Don't even need to boil it.
I'm not going to bother with food because I'm just going to end up resetting and notice that that was an interesting sound. It just ends up resetting at the end of the day anyway, so not the end of the world. I don't want railings here. I probably should, but I'm not going to. So, because this I hope is all temporary. All of this I hope is hopefully temporary. What other creature comforts do we need? We need some lights. Spinning wheel. Guess we'll set up a couple of spinning wheels. It don't have to face toward me. I need it facing toward the wall. Right there and right there. Big reason for that is, if I remember right, we have a with just using the crafting menu, we have a 3-to-1 plant fiber to crude rope ratio. If we use the spinning wheel, we get a 1-to-1. Although it does take longer. That's the trade-off. So that way we need more than one for that reason. What else do we need? Lights. I said lights? No, I mean lights. Alright. So let's get some plant lamps put down. We'll put them in the middle, that way they actually, or in the middle of the areas, that way they actually serve, aren't just sitting there like glitching through the floor and such. Dog. Alright. Yeah, I know. Let's relocate you. Turn you by 90 degrees and copy you. Actually, you need to be turned as well. At least a little bit. I say that, but it actually looks fine. Maybe it's just optical illusion. My brain's messing with me. Don't record when you're tired, guys. It's always a bad plan. Alright, so we got you. Did I really just do that? I guess I did. I'll move you and just have one on the corner. That would make more sense. Okay. So we have you. Turn a bit more. You. Turn a bit more. Oh no, you're hungry. You'll get over it. Or you won't. You'll die. One of the two. Shazoom. Shazam. But yeah, so that's kind of our plan going forward. I put that in the wrong spot. You guys be sure to let me know down in the comments section if you have any alternate recommendations. I'm always open to suggestions. But mostly right now, this is just getting set up. I don't want to go in too far into the story without being properly equipped. I don't think a pebblet axe, a stone axe effectively, is going to cut it for very long outside of move this one outside of shall we say, the early portions of the game, I don't think it's going to cut it. So, guess we'll put a couple of them right here and right here. And I guess we'll do sconces up here. On the broad portions here, we'll slap these guys down. And that should help to light up the bottom area, assuming I'm understanding how these guys work. But yeah, looking good so far. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. We'll see how it fleshes out as we get more advanced blueprints and such. And I'm sure we'll constantly be improving all of our bases and such, and I may end up doing some of that off camera. We'll just never know. And play it by ear, because I'm a fickle guy anyway. I have a hard time making up my mind at times. But we have our basic creature comforts. We don't have any storage set up because I'm pretty sure we're going to get storage chests or something like that that actually have better capacity. And these railings may end up going too. You never know. But I want to have the sturdiest construction possible, because after a certain point, I highly doubt I'm going to be, shall we say, accepted by my insect peers. But with that being said, guys, that is probably going to be it for today's episode. Let's go ahead and sleep through the night since our bed is up here, or lean-to rather. And we'll go ahead and actually build what we can really quick. Really quick. Alright, we've got our spit. Nice. Go ahead and build that. Put that in there. I do have a plentiful quantity of sap, I'm not gonna lie. And dry grass isn't exactly uncommon. Workbench is needed to craft more complex items. Interact with it to open your crafting menu. Okay. Go ahead and use up the resources I have, because that just narrows down what all I need to pick up next. And when we were over by, there was during that time lapse, you guys probably saw, there is a oak branch over here somewhere, and it actually has just gobs of sprigs around it. So I don't think the 141 sprigs I apparently need are going to be that hard to come by. But we also have room out here on the balcony to build all kinds of different stuff out here, so I don't think we're really hurting, so to speak. Go ahead and fill that in. So yeah, we have, at this point, we basically used up all the resources we have. Yeah, inventory's a little empty other than slime mold, clover, the one piece of meat I picked up that was bad, spider chunks, and thistle needles especially. But that is, I think, craft a piece of armor. Do I have enough for pieces of armor? If I get in here. Ooh, hammer. There's the basic busting tool. That's cool. Acorn shovel, and you gotta build that before I can build that. That makes sense. Gnat fuzz. Okay. That'll be helpful, especially since I believe I got attacked, or almost got attacked by a stink bug at one point, gathering all that up. I do have mite fuzz and thistle needles. Weevil shield. Hopefully the shell will defend you better than the weevil it came from. Yeah, I would hope so. Basketball. Okay. But, with that being said, I think we have a pretty solid setup. In our next episode, we'll obviously probably have another time lapse. Another couple hours worth of time lapse on my end. And we'll build up this... build up and hopefully finish this base. Ideally, we'd be leveling up some of our over at that oak log or the oak branch I was mentioning a minute ago, I noticed that there were splinters marked with a 3. So that says tier 3 probably materials. So I'd love to get up to at least tier 2 on our next episode. We'll have to play it by ear. I think obviously the more we analyze, more materials we find and analyze, the better off we'll be. Some of that will come from harvesting different insects, I'm sure, so we'll play that by ear. But we have, as it stands, we have a pretty fairly extensive shopping list right now. So we'll round out this area, and at the minimum, we'll build up our 3 layers on our tower here and get us our living quarters set up. So our living quarters and our trophy area up top. And those trophy areas, really quickly, what I'm kind of anticipating is I want to feature in those trophy areas the bugs that are, if I remember right, if we look in our trophies, we have the mounts and this kind of stuff. This stuff is, these guys give different advantages. So I think if you pet or touch the mite mount, it gives you a damage bonus against mites. If you pet the stuffed mite, it increases the rate at which they drop the items they drop. So if that's the case, then it would make sense to put those mounts at the tertiary and secondary bases, have the trophy room at each one, and that way we can specifically target those insects and critters that are local to that area, since I don't believe those bonuses last forever. But with that in mind, this is the biggest base we'll have, I'm sure, and appropriately so, since it will have the most overall, especially up there, we'll have the most critters to be displaying. Of course, we might utilize some of the area out here as well. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. So thank you everybody for joining me for today's episode. If you liked the video, leave a like down below, and if you have any feedback, be sure to leave it down in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you guys. This was voted, this game was, I believe I mentioned it, this was a result of, I already had it downloaded and queued up, ran into the tech issue, and lost the episode I've already played. Or the episode, rather, that I already recorded. So, and of course I already had some experience with this game, playing with my girlfriend. But, this is a result of that poll, so this episode will be coming out, I believe you'll be seeing this episode on Friday. I have no idea, the day Friday, you know. It'll be Friday in February, I believe. So, Friday the 2nd, I believe. So, when that happens, enjoy. Obviously, you've reached the end of the video, so obviously, I hope you've enjoyed it. But yes, if you like the video, leave a like. Comments, feedback, leave it down in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you guys. I do try to respond to comments when I get them. Assuming I have a comment for the comment, if that makes sense. We do release videos on Mondays Mondays and Fridays. There may be more videos. It just kind of depends on what all I've managed to get done with while I'm still struggling with my health. And my condition has me pretty tired and has me hard to sit still for long periods of time. Hard to stand up for long periods of time, so I just kind of screwed no matter where I sit or exist. But I'm doing the best I can. So if there are any delays, I do try to communicate with you guys and let you know that last year will not be happening again if I have anything to say about it. So if you like the video, you want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe. I've got over 200 videos currently published, some ranging all the way back to when I first started, and continuing on through games that I'm recently playing. And hopefully here soon I'll manage to get an actual microphone, and that will definitely, hopefully, improve the audio. But that is a bit of an investment, and obviously I'm not making any money on this thing yet, as I only have 16 subscribers at the time of recording. So, but yes, thank you everybody for joining me for today's episode of Grounded, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!